I was a dancer living with dancers in North Hollywood, and I had gotten really into this spiritual information with this teacher named Bashar, and he said that if you change your belief systems, the whole reality just ripples and shifts accordingly. And I said, I'm going for it, and just gave everything away and went for it. 9 days later, I had just finished up a class on clairvoyance, this 4-month workshop, and I was going to the Conscious Life Expo to do psychic readings. And I show up, and it was awful, and it was just terrible energy, and all of these people trying to sell you stuff, and it was just bad. And so I got nervous, and I started dancing, and I dance a lot when I get nervous and fidgeting. And I look down, and there's this card for a spoon bending party, and I was like, what the fuck? And this Asian lady comes up and is like, hello. So I started dancing. I was just like talking to her, and I'm dancing while I'm talking to her and all this stuff, and she starts following me. And then for the rest of the event, I just was like following her. She asked me to walk her to her car, and I was very excited to do that. And it was this long walk out past the airport, and we walked and talked, and she drove me back. And in my mind, I said, I swear there's something going on here. I swear there is something going on here. If she pulls up to the hotel and drops me off, then it was all just in my head. But if she pulls up and puts the car in park and stops the car, then there's 100% something going on here. This is not just in my head. And she did. She stopped the car. We're talking more. All of a sudden, I'm getting this rush, like, kiss her, kiss her, kiss her, kiss her. And so I just like that. And then she freaked out. She freaked out.
Okay, the reason I freaked out wasn't so much that he kissed me. Wow, so much he kissed me, of course, but it was because just about a week ago, I had gotten dentures. And it was the first time in my life, because, Anyway, I was just really scared that a young man was obviously in love with me, because he was following me around and saying, I'm in love with this lady, to all the people I know there at Conscious Life Expo. I know a lot of people, and he kept saying, I'm in love with this lady, I'm in love with this lady. And the next thing I know, he kissed me. And he's half my age. I'm 54, and he's 27. It was a really nice thing. I was very attracted to him. When I met Britt, I was doing my spoon bending parties, and you bend spoon. This is bent by hand, but it softens, so you can actually do that. And I was doing my spoon bending parties. I was shooting some infomercials. I was living I had chickens, I had grapevines in my backyard, and I was living a very comfortable life. I was just living a very happy, normal life.
From my perspective,
wrong.
She was not living it. She was shooting these. After we first met, she invited me to be a camera assistant on this job, and she's shooting this infomercial for like liposuction or something, and it was so shisty and shady, and they had a fake doctor
putting my art, putting my work into something that I don't believe, and I did not see that. I totally did not see that. It was a job, and you go do your job, and you make a certain amount of money, and and also I was going to the wilderness with my doggy. I love my doggy Tippy, and I was just kind of living a life that's half asleep. I think that's what Buddha say, when you're not fully awake. I didn't really know. And Britt came and completely broke that open for me.
I got a girl named Darshan Chu. I love this girl and she loves me too. Born in Hong Kong and met in LA. Been a mommy so long, time to come out and play. A psychic, a dancer, a filmmaker. So
She was born in Hong Kong, ran away from her family at 17 to go to New York, ends up at a full scholarship to Juilliard as a ballet dancer, dances on Broadway, decides, enough with that, moves to LA, goes to film school, becomes a director, has movies in Blockbuster, totally independent, ditches Hollywood, gives a big fuck you to HBO and gets blacklisted, makes her own movies and does it, and then gets into spirituality and starts throwing these spoon bending parties. I'm just so stunned that this person exists. And on top of that, has raised 2 amazing daughters, has had husbands and dogs, is a property manager, is a responsible Chinese businesswoman. It's like speaks Mandarin and Cantonese better than she speaks English, and I'm just like floored by this. I mean, from the get-go, I was just floored.
I couldn't believe it when I saw you. You were such a sight to behold. Victorian dresses and pitch black chucks, long-legged beauty that was far from old.
So this denture thing is really become kind of a symbol of my new life, because now it wasn't comfortable. It's going to take a lot of getting used to. So I decided that I would not wear it, just because then I can just really be me.
I want my life to be an example that you are okay. And as shitty and fucked up and dumb as you are, you're okay. And you're supposed to be like that, and you're perfect.
Right.
Real concise, huh?
You can't sing anyway. Can't dance anyway. You're not so good, do it anyway.
Bad with women, go up and talk to them anyway.
Yeah, bad filmmaker, make movies anyway. Bad painter, paint anyway.
And you'll be supported doing it in weird ways that you never would have expected. If you love to do it, you're supposed to be doing it. Scramble?
You have to think positive first before positive reality will follow you.
Right.
So,
but I have also seen the positive reality doesn't always manifest in the way that you expected that it would.
Right.
So, for instance, say we've always said that, beyond any kind of romantic involvement or how often we see each other, it's just so nice to have a friend walking on the same path as you and going through the same things, and someone to lift you up when you go down, and to lift up when they go down, and to learn from, and to teach, and to share. Bashar says, believing is seeing. Seeing is not believing. You can't look in a mirror and frown and expect the mirror to smile first. You have to smile first, and then the mirror has no choice but to smile back at you, because all it is a reflection. I could just do this like all day, and I just look and I go, is this one me? Is this one me? Is this one me? And also, I think it's kind of interesting because it's like cubism. You get, depending on which angle you look at it from, you get a whole different idea of what the thing you're looking at is. And I just think that is cool.
That's what I love about Britty, is he is so real and have so many ideas in his head, and he actually is living it. He is Siddhartha on his path, and he actually is searching for the truth. I really admire you about that. And I know you really believe those ideas, and I really admire it. And it really inspired me to launch into my own path because of that. And that's, I love you for your journey, your seeking, And I love how you inspire me to go on my journey. And that's true love. This love that I feel for Brit and Brit feels for me is so precious right now because it's this moment we are in love.
Even at my worst, you love me too. I said I love you,
my sweetest girl. I'll be your oyster if you be my pearl. Couldn't believe it when I first saw you. You were such a sight to behold. Victorian dress and pitch black shirt.
Our bodies are just our avatars. They're just clothing that we wear, right? Inside, I'm a 19-year-old black girl. And he's a
35?
35
That's
year
what
old
comes to,
black man. His name
Big.
is his name is Big Black Otis. And my name is Jenny. And that's where we meet, truly.
Yeah.
That's how we relate to each other.
Yeah.
And I enjoy being the little black girl, 19-year-old black girl, wow.
And I enjoy being the aggressive, physical male. And
Right.
yeah.
And then when we look at each other, then of course we pop back into Brit and Vivi
Yeah.
sometimes, and
Yeah.
You
But
know?
we definitely in our private life have, she addresses me. I'd say
Otis.
half the and
Otis.
hello Jenny.
hello, Otis. Oh my